Greetings. The name of this poem, Spoken Words. African Union, stop your hypocritical sanctions. African Union. African Union, Union. African Union. African Union. African Union, Union. African problems is not United Nations problem. Africans' problem is not international community's problem. Africans' problem is not humanitarian assistance problem. Ethiopia's problem is an African problem. Somalia's problem is an African problem. Sudan's problem is an African problem. Zimbabwe's problem is an African problem. Democratic Republic of Congo's problem is an African problem. African crisis is moving down the global list, bleeding starvation. African Union failed to understand the depth of our problem. Enough to watch us walk. Sweat, suffer. But not enough to understand the depth of our problem. African Union. African Union, Union. African Union. African Union, Union. Africans' problem is not IMF's problem. Africans' problem is not foreign donations' problem. Africans' problem is not World Bank's problem. Mali's problem is an African problem. Burkina Faso's problem is an African problem. Niger's problem is an African problem. Chad's problem is an African problem. Begging foreign investors to invest in Africa is like putting a bandage on a bullet wound. Provide short-term relief, but cannot stop the bleeding. Cannot stop the bleeding. Cannot stop the bleeding. African Union, stretch forth hands. Stop your hypocritical sanctions. African Union, stop your hypocritical sanctions. Stretch forth hands to fortify the fourth. Help us illuminate our spirit so our dreams are not swept by the bloody hands of your corrupt officials. Your corrupt officials. Your corrupt officials. Know your land. Know your Africa. Understand your Africa. Understand your homeland. Your future. We are the sons and daughters of Kwame Nkrumah, Amin Cabral, Sekou Touré, Jomo Kenyatta, Patrice Lumumba, Nelson Mandela, Thomas Sankara. We are the sons and daughters. Understand your future. Understand your homeland. Our future. Our African dream. Peace be out.